Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Rogue Trader with me, Bring It Down. Let's talk to Ryza. The woman looks to be in her 40s, and she's surveying you with interest. Her right eye appears almost black against her dusky skin, while her left eye emits a greenish light filtered through the smudged lens of a prosthesis. Her arms are tattooed all the way from the base of her shoulders to her knuckles. Looking for something specific? You're buying, or maybe selling. Don't be shy, just ask. Old Ryza knows all kinds of folks. My boys will fetch you anything your heart desires. Who are these boys you work with? Ryza lowers her booming, raspy voice. You heard about how the Clipper St. Cognacious got hit recently. The cargo was cleaned out, everything of value taken. Well, that was my boys' handiwork. We call ourselves the Fellowship of the Void, an association of enterprising, like-minded people who help the upstanding citizens of the Imperium rid themselves of the possessions that are weighing them down. You notice Abelard's face twist in disgust. It seems he has a rather strong opinion on the individuals to whom Ryza refers as the Fellowship of the Void. Pirates, in other words. Ryza plasters a shocked expression on her face. Please, no need to be so crude. Your esteemed self no doubt is aware that Hieronymus preaches that asceticism is a virtue, and that only by rejecting material wealth can we ascend in faith. Well, I couldn't agree more. We're merely helping the servants of the Imperium be a little more like Hieronymus, and taking a small commission for our trouble. What kinds of goods are you willing to buy? Tech is always the best. If it's broke, no sweat. We'll fix it or take it apart. And if you score something so nasty that your fussy everyday traders won't even look at it, fear not, just bring it on over. Leave it to me and my boys to find the right buyer. The handling of sacred technology by laypersons uninitiated in the omniscience priesthood is a Category 8 blasphemy. Incriminating evidence of profane acts perpetrated by the unit named Old Ryza has been recorded for use in future judicial proceedings. She chuckles darkly. Do you mean to threaten me, Tech Priest? Well then, I'll keep a record of this conversation too. I wonder which of us will feel the harsh hand of justice first. Will it be me, standing in chains before your brethren? Or you, standing in an airlock before my boys? Let's see what you have to offer. Navy Swashbuckler's Coat. This coat grants the wearer plus 10% parry reduction and plus 5% armor penetration for melee attacks. 2 medikits. Intoxicating Elixir. The user gains plus 15 to strength, plus 15 to weapon skill, and minus 20 to willpower for 2 turns. And Serrated Greatsword. On a critical hit, the sword inflicts plus 1 stack of the laceration effect. For each stack of laceration, all attacks of this sword against the same target deal plus 10% damage. That should be an upgrade for Abelard. So now that we've come into contact with several factions to trade with, I'm going to try to prioritize their preferred cargo. So if we go sending order. So jewelry is only 300. And I'd assume that the Fellowship of the Void prefers jewelry more than, say, Hieronymus' faction. So go ahead and do that. And just hit the next tier, let's do miscellaneous. How much is that worth? 50. I'm assuming it's going to be 50 for all the factions for miscellaneous. But these ship components that should hit us are just hit a level 4, right? Okay. Works for me. Also, I thought I gave Abelard... If I had given Abelard the combat shotgun. So the serrated greatsword may not be better than the greatsword. Looks like you lose your parry chance and the -10 enemy weapon skill when hit. You also lose 5% armor penetration. And the serrated greatsword's effect requires you to land a critical hit first. And that's not guaranteed. So I'm going to stick with the regular greatsword for now.
Operation successful.
I always have a backup plan.
Alright, let's get me with Jae at the warehouse. I'm guessing things are going to get violent when we get there. So be mentally ready for that.
Keep your wits about you.
Oh, okay. Glad I saw this when I ran by. So note from the bridge cache. Your couple note only has this small fragment of text left. You're on the right path, Seeker. The other caches.
Let us not dawdle.
The container is sealed shut on all sides. You notice the remnants of metallic tags that have been cut. There's Jae, Jae's assistants, Kor, and Tora.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Shireen, I'm here. What a joy it is to see you. Follow me, please. I'll be right there. Is aiding a smuggler an endeavor worthy of a rogue trader? I mean, yeah. You're just jealous. She swigs Amasek and wears revealing clothes, while your only outlet is prey. The container is filled with something heavy. It is difficult to discern what it is exactly.
Is there money to be made?
The container is airtight. You get the feeling that this was originally a standard box for transporting non-fragile cargo. It was then sealed manually.
I always have a backup plan.
The container is airtight. Oh, same description as the one over here. Alright, should I speak to Jae? Yes? Can I help you? Yeah, you tell me what's going on. See, I don't like having my back to all these allies. We've seen allies completely tear into my own team before.
I'll make an example out of you!
Cease and repent!
Actually, let's have Abelard on this side.
I took care of this one.
Alright, one down.
Emperor, give me strength. Doubt is for the weak.
Like this. Then we'll do concentrated
do it.
fire. And hit all these guys, including this barrel. And she's behind cover against these guys.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable. Request approved.
Oh yeah, let's get these out. The front line here, then we want rear on Pascal. There's a way to manually rotate this.
Running binaric override.
Kill the Ashmags. And for the fuel barrels, they go up just beautifully. Shireen, take cover away from the barrels. Oh, she's an officer. Okay. Okay, a few things here. Let's do this one, Abelard. And then she'll buff up Pascal.
Me, if you insist, Lord Captain.
The Omniscient knows
A perfect
all,
spot.
comprehends all. Request denied.
Yeah, I figured as much.
But of course, why did I not foresee this? Anything else? They who discern the future own the battlefield.
Right.
On it. I'll see
buff
to
up
it
Abelard.
personally.
Let's get a swing in over here. Then we can't give Abelard a turn. Also think it's more efficient if we do it this way. Now we could, well... Let's do it like that, I guess. Alright, Abelard or Pat? Let's do Pascal. I think we can set him up to hit both these enemies here. Almost. About right
As
here.
the tactical imperative dictates.
Though not quite.
Running binaric override. Request approved. Vital functions successfully terminated.
Alright, not too shabby.
Who, if not me?
Not the most efficient use of her turn. I definitely should have done things differently there.
Indeed. It will be done. I will do my duty.
Alright, let's actually move him somewhere a little more well.
Heavy is the tread of his faithful.
Alright, I like that. The perfect spot. We hit this guy and the guy behind him.
Combat is an equation. Your life is a negligible variable.
Alright, so let's move frontline back this way. Actually, let's do it over here. We'll put Killzone Stratagem on top of that.
Running binary override.
So I wonder if the Killzone Stratagem works for allied NPCs. Good job, buddy. Evaporated his own
Help me, Lord
ally.
Captain.
I was there for Pascal.
Ability analysis successful.
Yeah, those guys are not doing a whole lot.
Farewell.
This is a little roughed up. I didn't realize she had taken that much damage.
I'll see to it. Another enemy down.
Nice. Gotta spread out my buffs.
I'll make it happen.
Alright, let's get her positioned
I'm not injured. I'm enraged.
pretty good. So we'll do concentrated fire. Devastating attack.
Faith without deeds is worthless. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Nice.
I'll do it.
Revel and slaughter. And her turn.
Victory is imminent. Gray hair, sure hand.
Nice. What a mess. Ain't the throne we didn't come here with just the three of us. Shut up and get moving, Core. We need to open the passage into the tunnels and let our guys in. Jae, on your signal. These Ashmags dared to touch something from the cargo. 2, 3, 5. Thank the Exalted One. Those Ashmags didn't have time to make off with anything yet. Jae carefully inspects the containers emblazoned with markings from some unknown freight operator, then smiles and touches the comm bead in her ear. Give me 2 minutes, Shireen. I'll send the coordinates to my loyal crew, who will deliver my property somewhere safe. Wait. And done. Jae removes her hand from her ear and turns to you. We're good. Now how about we relocate to a more pleasant and private space to discuss the details of our deal. Specifically, payment for your efforts. What? We're just gonna leave your priceless cargo here unattended? Nothing to worry about. After all the ruckus we've caused here, I doubt anyone will go anywhere near the containers. I am, however, infinitely flattered by your concern for my, now our, property. Hope your vaunted wisdom is worth all this trouble. Jae opens her mouth to reply, near the sound of many footsteps behind you. Ladame's agent. Stop right there, in the name of the liege. The gaunt, pale-skinned man in grimy clerical robes glances at you, and immediately falls to his knees, obsequiously. Your Excellency, please forgive my vehemence, most noble Donald. I never expected to encounter such eminent persons in this corner of Footfall. I have Ladame Takara's personal agent. The man hesitates, choosing his words carefully. I came here to remove from criminal circulation a shipment, the distribution of which is banned in the lands of Footfall. Horrendous xeno-heresy that has been fraudulently delivered to a bastion of the Holy Imperium. He looks at Jae. I do not doubt for a moment, most noble Donald. Your presence here is merely a misunderstanding, brought about by another's manipulations. It is too great a coincidence that the Liege's representative should arrive in the Shadow Quarters just after Jae has recovered her rightful spoils. It seems that the guards reported the problems with the shipment over the Vox, and not to just anyone, but to the Liege's personal agent. Ladame Takara knew about the shipment from the start, and planned to take it for himself, and get rid of Jae if he could. Behold, the grubby, underhanded struggle between cold traders. And had not been for... I guess it should be, and had it not been for your impromptu deal struck with the bar, Ladame might have succeeded. Yeah, we'll uphold our end of the bargain. Jae Heydari, the owner of this cargo, is presently under my protection. Under a rogue trader's protection. Tell your master that he should think twice before crossing her from now on. And don't forget to tell him that I'm not mad, but I will be collecting the debt sometime. Jae watches him hurry away, then looks at you. I wish I could see Fladame's face when he finds out he almost stepped on the toes of one of the most powerful people in the Expanse. Listen, Donald. I'm genuinely sorry about this confusion. Ladame and I have had our difficulties, but I never thought he'd want to clean me out and do away with me in some dark corner. At least, not so soon. If you hadn't agreed to our deal, Shireen, my gang and I would already be floating in orbit around one of Footfall's asteroids. Tell me about your business on Footfall, the truth of it, and don't leave anything out. Alright then. This isn't my first year in the Expanse. This isn't my first year in business either. I've sat at the negotiating table with all sorts. Not just loot hunters or smugglers either, but with Xenos. One's intelligent enough to believe that mutual benefit was a better outcome of our meeting than mutual destruction. I know what the Ecclesiarchy has to say about that, but speaking from the bottom of my heart, I know where the line is between an ordinary deal and a betrayal of humanity, and I never cross it. So really, option 4 is the best one for the character that I'm playing. I'm going to go with option 1, though. A principled rogue who can think on her feet and is not afraid of inhumans. I like you more and more, Jae Heydari. People want to say Jay, but it's pronounced Jai. There are no chance encounters when you're loved by the Exalted One. I like you more and more too, Shireen. Jai winks and flashes you a captivating smile. Oh, you just straight up execute her. So I wonder if option 2 is going to burn the romance bridge right away. Or if we'll still have a chance. I know option 2 kind of goes against what I just told her. I mean, I can like her and consider her a heretic, right? Yeah. I'll be merciful and give you a choice, heretic. You can atone for your deplorable crimes against the Imperium through your service to House von Valancius. Or you can die where you stand. Jai shrugs. Every business relationship has its quirks. If you want to call the shots, I don't mind. I'll gladly serve for the good of the Imperium, as long as it keeps my head on my shoulders. Abelard gives you a look of reproach. You sully the von Valancius name by inviting people like her into your retinue, Lord Captain. The decision is yours, but do not be surprised if unsavory rumors start to spread on footfall. Argenta regards Jai. It is a strange circle you are forming around yourself, rogue traitor. Sister Argenta. Jai gives her an almost lecherous once-over. I've heard all about your deeds on footfall, but I never would have guessed that there was an angelic beauty behind all the idle gossip. Either way, I'm entirely willing to join your retinue. From now on, my knowledge and experience are entirely at your disposal. Oh, and one more thing. Be interested in a rather lucrative offer, one that could give the von Valancius Protectorate a leg up. I'd say now isn't the time to be thinking about such things. But once we get back to your ship, perhaps you could spare me a minute, Shireen. Hey, profit factor went up by 2.
No! These ruby flashes are choking me.
Alright, let's get rid of Adira and welcome Jai to the party.
I always keep my options open.
Dynamo boots. Increase the wearer's movement points by +3. Curse of Rust. Oh, it's gone. Okay. Let's go and fix up our buddy, Pascal.
The pain will subside.
Integrity factor increased.
Oh, Shuriken Pistol. So she can use Eldari and I'm assuming... and a Splinter Pistol, so Dracari weapons as well. And an Eldari Chainsword. That's a striking Scorpion weapon. And what's unique about the striking Scorpion Chainswords is they are completely silent. So I'll let her keep that set. I think I'm going to swap her to a... what does she have? A decent ballistic skill. 5 to 8 damage. 5 to 7. As an officer, she may not be... attacking that often anyway. So I didn't realize the Ripper was a unique item, right? It's a unique weapon. Doesn't hardly do any damage though. might give her a sniper rifle. For now, until I decide on something else. But we'll worry about leveling her up next time.
Keep your wits about you.
Not at this very moment. Gonna finish looting the warehouse. And next time we will vacate the warehouse. A pair holster. Once per turn, when the wearer scores a critical hit with a pistol, the next attack with a pistol costs 0 AP.
Let us not dawdle.
So yeah, I know that having Jae in the party and pursuing a romance with her,
Rise
if
to
it's
the
an
top,
option,
or get left in the dust.
kind of goes against a lot of my characters' roleplay aspects.
I always have a backup plan.
But we'll just play it off as he's completely smitten with her. She's everything that he can't be
Always keep your eye
as
on
a
the prize.
commissar. And opposites attract and all that, so that's the plan. Though, do I not have a better... I may have... There we go, there's a long last. Let's give that to her instead. Oops. That's what I was looking for earlier. Solid Fellowship and Ballistic Skill. Weapon skill, I don't think it's worth putting her in melee. And I don't like dual wielding. I don't like dual wielding ranged weapons or melee weapons. Combining the two is fine. That aesthetic is fantastic, but I just think dual wielding in general looks pretty goofy. But when you have a sword and a pistol, that's a little different. Alright, I'm gonna call it here. Next time we will return to the atrium because we have this rumor to check out. After we level up Jae. And then I guess we return to the ship after that. We could go speak to the Liege and see if there's any new dialogue now that we have Jae in our party. I'm not sure when that quarantine zone will be opened up to us. That could also be something we could talk to the Liege about. We also need to go talk to Hieronymus about clearing out the cultists. So a few things to do in the atrium. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.